Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the womb. Text 16, please repeat. Bhagavan api Vishvatma Bhakthanam Abhayam Karaha Avishesha Amsabhagena Manaha Anakatundube. Bhagavan api Vishvatma Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha Avishesham Sabhagena Mananakadundube. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, api also, Vishvatma, the super soul of all living entities, Bhaktanam, of his devotees, Avayam Karaha, always killing the cause of fear, Avishesha, entered, Amsabhagena, with all of his potential opulences, Shadaishwarya Purna, Manaha, in the mind, Anakatundabe, of Vasudeva. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of all living entity and who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees, entered the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. Purport. The word Vishvatma refers to one who is situated in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. Another meaning of Vishvatma is the only lovable object for everyone. Because of forgetfulness of this object, people are suffering in this material world. But if one fortunately revives his old consciousness of loving Krishna and connects with Vishvatma, one becomes perfect. The Lord is described in the 3rd canto, 3-15, as follows. Paravaresho mahat amshayukto kyajopi jhato bhagavan. Although unborn, the Lord, the Master of everything, appears like a born child by entering the mind of your devotee. The Lord is already there within the mind, and consequently it is not astonishing for him to appear as if born from a discharge of semen. That is the opinion of Sridhar Swami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the Vaishnava Tosani. Srila Sanatana Goswami says that consciousness was awakened within the mind of Vasudeva. Srila Veeraraghava Acharya also says that Vasudeva was one of the demigods and that within his mind the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as an awakening of consciousness. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tirane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Chari Nirvishesha Shunyabhari Pashatya Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhagavan api Vishwatma Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha Avisheshansabhagena Mana Anakatuntadehe. In translation, thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of all living entities and who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees, enters the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. So, here in this 10th canto, now in this section, we are hearing the description how the Supreme Lord Krishna is appearing for performing his pastimes in this material world. So, we heard in the previous verse in this chapter how all the preparation before Lord appearance happened, that is ordered Yogamaya to come and transfer Sankarshan from, or Lord Balaram from Devaki's home to Rogini's home, and then all these things we heard that Lord is just preparing for his appearance, everything, and he planned everything, and according to his plan, so far everything is happening. And now the Lord is appearing. In this verse we see that the super soul, the Vishwatma, Vishwa means the universe, the whole world, and he is the soul of the universe. This word Vishwatma is mentioned several places in Bhagavatam, several shlokas comes everywhere. Srila Prabhupada translates the soul of the universe. So this is very easy to understand, that we all have everyone individual body, and in each and every body there is a soul, and then for this universe, whole universe, there is one soul, one Paramatma. Like within every body there is one Paramatma, then also there is another Paramatma for the whole universe, and there is another Paramatma, the third Paramatma, also is there for the entire creation, for all the universe together. So the Lord, therefore, he is called Vishwatma, so he knows everything. So, and he appears, and also here is another wonderful thing is mentioned, that Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha. He is vanquished all the fear of his devotees. So he entered the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. So because we know all situation how now that Vasudeva and Devaki is in the prison, and all previous children were killed, and the situation was not so pleasing, it's not so nice. So, but now when Lord appears, all their, problem, all their, whatever they go through and everything they will forget, and they will just see the Lord, and then they will, attain the transcendental bliss. So he's the one who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees. So, for this verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives also short commentary. So, regarding this Vishwatma, similar point also he says that Krishna, Vishwatma, soul of the universe, the object of prema for whole universe, he says. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that the Vishwadma means the only lovable object for everyone. So same meaning is differently is given. So why for everyone? Why everyone should love? Why everyone uh, uh, lovable object, the Supreme Lord? That is explained that Srila Prabhupada is quoting here that Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati, because uh, he is the one who guides, one who maintains, one who protects everyone. So therefore everyone should take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So we know when Krishna instructing this verse that Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hirdesha Arjuna Krishna, that Arjuna's situation, Arjun like in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita we all know that he puts so many wonderful arguments from the Dharma Sastra, from materialist point of view. If you hear, all the arguments are so valid and so wonderful, and he looks like very broad-minded, and he's thinking about the future, the society, and all this different thing, and it's so nice. But Krishna just pushing one point, just fight, 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 fight. He didn't care for all of his arguments, and moreover, he defeats one after another. So, and we understand because Srila Prabhupada says, apparently Krishna, Arjuna looks like very knowledgeable. Actually, he is knowledgeable. It's not that common people like now when we are anybody in this material world now, put in that such a situation. I don't think anyone will think like Arjun so much. So so much knowledge. I don't think anybody has. But still, Srila Prabhupada says, Arjuna was not the supreme knower. He did not know everything. He knows a lot of things. He knows so many things. He put so many arguments. Appears like he's right. But Srila Prabhupada says he is not the supreme knower. And therefore his decision to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited discretion. So it was not, he was limited. He has knowledge, a lot of, so much, he's thinking about, he is very good-hearted, very soft-hearted, but still, that's not enough. Of course, we all know that Arjuna is pure devotee and he's, taking the role of bewildered soul. But from our point of view, if we see that what Arjuna was, talking, and then what Krishna is insisting, it looks like completely like Krishna is just something. Therefore, people are bewildered. Therefore, people think that Krishna is just. So many times people, blame that Krishna is just pushing for violence. Arjuna, they don't want to have any violence. He is a good man. Because they don't understand the Lord. He is the one who directing everyone. He is the one who is maintaining. Eko bahunamyo vidadadi kaman. He is the one who is maintaining every living entity. Because that knowledge is not there, people can't understand. So Srila Prabhupada is very clearly says that he was very confined to his limited expression. So, therefore, Krishna is instructing that Ishvara Sarvabhutanam, Hrideshwara Janata, I am the one who is, directing. I am the one who is guiding all the living entity. I know better than all of you, or particularly here. He is telling to Arjun that I know better than you. So, and we know the previous verse already, Krishna is explained that in the 4th chapter when Arjuna asked, how do you, spoke to the sun god for millions of years back? That because I know you forgot. So again, he is reminding him that. So Prabhupada say that the individual soul is not all in all. It's very important. When I read this word all in all, crazy mind took some 20, 30 years back. One movie, I saw that there is one comedy actor character was all in all Alagaraja. Every Tamil movie watching people who are in 80s, 90s, they all know. So that time I didn't have all this idea. That's kind of when say all in all Alagaraja, it's like just some kind of name. But now, when I read that word all in all, Prabhupada says individual soul is not all in all. Now is so much we can think of why it is. Because in this material world, everybody is thinking, I am the all in all. I know everything. I know everything. I am the one who knows everything. I can do everything. I can control everything. Because everyone thinking I am, like they are the Lord. They are the controller. They want to be like that. Their desire is like that. But they are not. They are so limited. Now this comedy actor is no more. I mean, he's still living, I think. But I don't think he's anymore. He's so old, I think. He's not acting. But when you say all in all, like Prabhupada, the shloka says that Bhagena, he has all the opulences forever. Means he remains youthful forever. He's Navayavanam. He has all beauty. But no actress remain like that. So only they can call it like this, all in all, but not really. So therefore, Krishna is speaking to Arjun that Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Kritesh Arjuna Krishnati. Why? Because we all forget the living entity when we take birth. As soon as we get a new body, we keep on changing the bodies in this material world. So as soon as we change the body and we forget everything the past, none of us know. Haripal Prabhu, a very famous question he will raise. If anybody remembers your past life, what was your name or your parents' name or any detail, if you give me, then I will give you this, that, something he will tell. But nobody can remember. Of course, there are exceptional cases, very few cases are there. But generally, we don't remember. So, but the Lord, He remembers everything. He is Trikalagrahi. He knows past, present, future. So therefore, uh, all the activities of the living entities are directed by the Supreme Lord. How the living entity acts when they get new body, the living entity, uh, according to his karma, what he deserves, he gets the body, but immediately in that body, the living entity started to act like when baby born, nobody is teaching how to, reach to the breast of mother and suck the milk, but it happens. You see, the bird is, you know, comes out of the egg, for some time it's within the cage for, in the nest. Then as soon as the wings little grow, immediately fly, go around and find the food. We see in the nature so many things. We can't say that, no one is controlling, no one is, maintaining. Only foolish people, some atheistic people, they speak like that. But even themselves, how they learn anything, everything they, it's not that, from the childhood, everything they knew. They learned from somebody. That somebody is the Supreme Lord. He is the one who gives the complete knowledge of everything. Recently, someone sent one video. In that video, I saw that there is some, these wildlife photographers. They go so deep in the forest and shoot so many different, animals, birds, and different things. So one fellow shouted some video about some birds. There is I don't know which kind of bird. It looks somewhere in the foreign country. So there is the nest. The bird is there, but that bird is so old, can't fly anymore. And there are small birds, in the same nest, and they go out and bring some food, some fruits, or whatever they get, and bring and feed these elderly birds. Because these elderly birds, they can't fly. They are so old. I mean, how do you understand? When the birds are very small, the mother bird brings the food and feeds it. And then who is teaching them that when your mother gets old, then you have to feed it? Nobody is teaching. There is no school. There is no, you know, education for that. But naturally they do it. Why? How? That's what Krishna is saying here. That he is the one who is guiding. Even though we forget our past, our karma, we don't know what it is. Dog gets the dog, the jiva gets the dog's body, immediately barking. Wow, wow. It's not speaking like a human. How it is? Because it's the super soul, the Krishna, he is, guiding how to act according to our karma. So, Srila Prabhupada says that the living entity gets the body that according to his karma, whatever he deserves. That body is, even that body, how it's given. Entrarudani maya, given by the material nature. The material nature acts under the direction of the Supreme Lord. So ultimately, everything is controlled by the Lord. So as soon as the living entity is placed in a particular type of body, so the living entity acts, works under the direction or guidance of the Lord, the super soul. So the soul, as a soul, we all may be same uh, in the body of bird, body of human, body of animal, but because of the different body, Srila Prabhupada gives example that when you have a different capacity of your vehicle, like if you have a, very fast car, sports car, and you can, go 300, 200, 300 kilometers per hour very fast, so easily, because you have a very good car. And if you have a Maruti Omni like what we have, of course, our devotees sometimes they try to drive like a sports car. But even if you push, you can't. There is a limit. Even though if you are a good driver, even though you are, a great driver, a very expert, but you can't push more than that. So according to the body, they have to act. So how they get to know that this is how I have to act is all guided by the Supreme Lord. Mhm. So the living entity is not independent. That's a very important point to understand. But here we all think I am independent. I am, I can do whatever I want. This is what, especially the modern days, man, woman, everybody thinking like I am independent. I want to do whatever I want. But you can't. There is so many restrictions. Everybody likes to give money, big money, and they know there are so many people having millions and millions of rupees. Why don't you just go and get it, take it from their locker? You can't do it because you like to have, you desire it, and you know where it is available, but you can't just go and take it. Then why you say that I'm independent, I can do anything what I want? But you can't do that, right? You may speak like that, I'm independent, I can do anything and whatever I want. But you can't do. There is so many restrictions. And there is a law, You have to follow some things. So why don't follow fully the government's law? If you follow, then you are not controlled. They won't put you in the prison. So like that, if we follow what is law established by the Supreme Lord, then we don't have to have fear at all. If we become a devotee of the Lord, then we don't have to be afraid of anything. Therefore, Lord is asking us to surrender. But because we think we are independent, we can do everything, we have no knowledge about the Supreme Lord, and we are suffering. That's what the Prabhupada is explaining in this purport. But once we revive our original consciousness as a servant of Krishna, then once we surrender to Krishna, then we don't have to be afraid of anything, because He is the supreme protector. And He protects. Anyway, He already protects or protecting all the living entity. Even if you are atheist, if you are not deserved, you are not going to suffer more than what you deserve. Because Lord is, is not, as He said, Samoam Sarva Bhuteshu. He is equal to everyone. Nobody is, Dvesha or Priya. No one is very dear to Him, or no one is, He is hating. So He is equal to everyone. But if you follow his instruction, if you surrender to him, if you take shelter of him, then he really gives a protection. Then no one can harm. Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake. So if Krishna wants to protect, no one can harm me. So therefore, after this Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam verse, next verse immediately Krishna addressing Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarva Bhavena Bhara. Tameva Sharanam Gacha. So Arjun, surrender unto me. Why? Tat prasada param shanti. Tat prasada. By my mercy. If you surrender unto me, by my mercy. Param shanti. The transcendental peace, you will get it. Otherwise, always anxiety, always worry. How I will eat, how I will sleep, how I will enjoy. We can see the people who are not devotee, they are so much anxious to get always accumulate wealth, name, fame, and so many things that they are desired. They are never happy. But devotees are so peaceful. They just work in big company and give up the job and come and stay in the ashram. Look, we have few devotees here itself. They could earn more money. They could earn, more fame and build few more house and, get some more property. But they understand that none of these things are going to stay here. It's all temporary thing. Ashashvatam, anityam, asukam lokam. So devotees understand. Therefore, they take shelter of Krishna, and then, as Krishna says there, Bhaktanam Abhayankara. So they are not afraid. They don't have to fear of anything. Krishna also says this in the same chapter, 18th chapter, and the end, the famous verse, Masuchaha, do not fear. He promising, I will take care of it. You don't have to worry about it. So, therefore, we see all the great devotees like Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlad, Pandavas, Srila Prabhupada, all of them completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord, and they were going through so many troubles, apparently, so many difficulties, but they were never afraid. They never give up their service to the Lord. They are pushing their mission. So, each and every devotee who surrendered to the Lord, and we see that they are completely free from fear of anything. They are very peaceful. They are very happy. They are, because they are situated under the Yoga Maya. Ahatmanas Samapata Daivim Prakriti Mashrita, Krishna says. So everyone has opportunity to take shelter, as Gopal Prabhu said in Gaur Purnima lecture, that every one of us, everyone in this world, have a chance, have opportunity, chant Hare Krishna, read Srila Prabhupada books, have association of devotees, and take shelter of Krishna, and then completely free from all anxiety, free from all sufferings. They can live very happy life. This life is not that Vaikuntha life, it's not that spiritual life means, after the body. Many people, they think like that. When you preach to them, Swamiji, who knows after this life what happens, whether mukti, whether, moksha, who knows it. But you don't have to wait for it. Even now, when you live, like here, we have several devotees have a very good job, a lot of money they were earning, and they could just easily give up and come here and just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. If they are suffering, then why they give up everything? Why they come here? So it's so obvious that when we follow Krishna's instruction, then we are really, as Krishna promised, we are without anxiety, without worry. We can be very peaceful, and not only this verse, there is many other verses. In the 5th chapter, also Krishna giving assurance uh, for peaceful life. Peace formula shloka is there. Bhaktara mekitapasa sarvaloka mageshwaram sugradam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam santi rikshati. This also in the 16th chapter, he is giving that yashastra vitimusritsya vartate kamakarta. If you don't follow the Shastra's instruction, what Krishna says, then no peace. But if you follow, then there is a peace. There is perfection in the life. There is parampadam you can obtain, the eternal abode. That's also Prabhupada quotes from 3rd canto. By following Krishna's instruction, we can attain the supreme destination. So these are a few points. So I have to stop here. We have some meeting. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.